Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, we're going to talk about one other of the chief challenges from Season 3, which arguably, you know what, I was wrong on the one from yesterday. This one's arguably the easiest one out there, and it's so easy that from my point of view, I believe it's too easy. Like, you know, I might be wrong, I might be blasted in the comments, people saying, no, it's not too easy and whatnot, it's just I have legendary artifacts and whatnot, but honestly, this chief challenge is so easy that I can even bring 4 damage dealers in the team. So it's just, you know, it blew my mind. I randomly tried this team, and you know what, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about the Chaos Shadow Radiance, where you have to bring cold damage. You know, cold damage is going to do 100% more damage against this boss, so you're obviously going to try and bring cold damage to do as much damage as possible, especially for the DPS. For supports, they can be something else, but this boss is so easy that, first of all, I brought in my testing Ice Blast Vortex team. I brought in my Gerthen, Ploshina, and then I had Finja, Frurbath, and then Vcook. Okay, I tried that. I did like, I don't remember, like 30 million or something like that. Then I removed Vcook and I brought in Zorak. And I did a lot more damage. I did like 50 million or 60 million. Then I said, you know what? This seems so easy. Let me remove Finja and only had Frurbath as support. And I brought in another one. I brought in Bledin. And it still worked. It just blows my mind. So let's see exactly why this one works so easily. But I guess that the straightforward thing is, if we look at the skills, generates an orb after a brief channeling, deals radiant damage to target. For each stack of radiant crystal, the monster grants an extra orb. Same thing on the battle skill. And then this one casts a spell for 6 seconds, or which a random enemy is attacked every 0.5 seconds, with each attack dealing radiant damage. These two skills, do they sound familiar? Oh yeah, and the passive has a 50% chance of gaining 1 stack of Radiant Crystal when the monster deals damage with their skills. Does that sound familiar? Well, let me show you where you might have heard this one from. Let me just get my team in there. It's basically Sheena. So basically the boss is Sheena. It's just the Radiant version of Sheena, because she has the kind of like same thing over here, just not as much description. And then ultimate, same principle, 6 seconds every 0.5 seconds, dealing cold damage. So this one's so easy that, you know, unless you get really bad RNG where these hits go like more than 6 on one target and then gets killed, you're basically going to be able to do all the support with Frurbath, okay? If you're in Season 3 and you don't have a Frurbath yet, you must be the unluckiest person ever. But it does not have to be only Frurbath. You can bring anybody else, I guess, that brings you that survivability. Or if you don't have Frurbath, you can use 2 people. One for attack penalty and one for healing. You can have Hexandra and somebody like a Segured or somebody like a Vcook or whatever, but I'm quite sure everybody should have a Frurbath. So this is so, I'm just gonna run and show it to you because it's insanely easy. Like, I cannot believe how easy this one was. And basically what's happening in this team is pretty straightforward. Frurbath is the one that keeps the attack penalty. You know, every time he has it, he just lands the attack penalty, and then he keeps everybody healed up with the heal that he does on his battle skill, okay? And that's about it. And then I have 4 people that are Ice Blast, and they all do damage. I don't have the perfect Ice Blast team, but I have, you know, close to ideal. The only thing that I'm missing from this team is I am missing a, what's her name, Beldel, okay? If I had Beldel with an exclusive artifact, then this damage might have been double. You know, it might be double than what I'm gonna show you. So yeah, this is just insane damage numbers that I'm doing, honestly. It's more than I expected, because this is the thing. You know that the way these fights go, first of all, you have the chief challenges where you don't have all those bonuses from the alliance, where you don't have all the affinity solvent upgraded. Like, I barely have anything for ice and poison leveled. I just have the 5-man synergy, and that's about it. So I'm doing so much damage that, you know, I did not expect it. I expect to get to like, you know, 30-40 million maybe damage per team while it's during the chief challenge, and then after that Chaos Shadows to go more. Okay, 1 second, I'm turning into Jesus, so let me just turn off the light. Okay, no more holy light shining upon me. It was I forgot to pull my curtains and it was real dark outside. But yeah, this team is just amazing. And basically what you need to keep in mind about this team, if you have Frurbath, which again, I really believe 99% of you out there should have Frurbath in Season 3. If you've been playing for 3 seasons, you should 100% have a Frurbath. But what you have to do is bring Frurbath and then bring your best 4 Ice Splash champions. That's it. Even if you don't have any legendary, just bring the 3 epics and the rare, okay? Just bring Gerthen, bring Bledin, bring Seydik, and bring Nord. and you should still be able to do easily 22 million, even if you have 0 legendary artifacts. This one should be so easy. Even if you don't have Witch's Remains, you're still gonna have the Crown of the Unclean and this team. Like, I just cannot, you know, I just cannot stress enough how easy this fight is. I mean, look at this. I'm almost not even halfway through, and I'm already at 34 million. The top damage to get the best rewards as a milestone reward is 22 million, okay? I'm already at 36, right? I'm already at 36, and do keep in mind the timings are important. I'm gonna show you the timings of this one, the way that I place them and whatnot after this is over, but you basically want to keep in mind, depending on who you want to have your enablers always going first, your Witch's Remains or Crown of the Unclean person going first, and then everybody else going after. So for example, in my case, you see I have Zorak going first, then I have Bledin going second because he has the Witch's Remains, then I have Sheena going third, and then basically I just have Gerthin going full YOLO. From what I've tested so far in this team, it doesn't really, like, I just see random variation, but it doesn't really matter if you have Gerthin perfectly timed to go after the Witch's Remains with her ultimate or not. You roughly do about the same damage because of her low cooldown, okay? Her ultimate is on a 16-second cooldown, so she's just gonna come back to it pretty fast, and well, because you have so many ice crystals, she just keeps doing battle skill. So as long as, you know, as long as she's pretty well built, she's gonna do a ton of damage. The one other thing that surprised me so much in this team is look at Zorak's damage. I've never seen my Zorak do this much damage ever. The reason for that is because you have 4 Ice Blast people, he basically gets enabled so well that he does a ton of damage, as you can see over here. Normally I'm used to seeing Gerthin being like 50% and then Sheena and Zorak being something like 18 to 20%, kind of like on par with damage. But again, because there's 4 people doing that are Ice Blast, and every time they use a skill that uses ice crystal, you can see those little balls that keep jumping out there. Let me see if I can show you. Yep, see those ones? That's basically his passive. So he just keeps hitting with those ones over and over again, which allowed me to just build him full enlightenment, and he does amazing damage. Like, I'm really happy to see Zorak actually shine finally, because last season I think I just used him a little bit, then maybe during the Chaos Shadows, and then after that he was benched because he was not good enough. He did not bring that much damage. He does bring that attack up, you know, that enables everybody else, but it wasn't that good. But this season, at least for this team, is just insane. Like, I just love it. I'm just so happy to see that the damage that output over here, and it's fun to see that there's, you know, it's fun to see that there's 4 DPS that I can bring in a team again with not having everything max. But at the same time, I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's a little bit sad, you know. It's kind of like, where's the challenge against this team? Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe it should have been harder, but again, leave it in the comments below. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do you think it's fine that it's easier, or do you guys think it should have been harder? Again, keep in mind, this is season 3, okay? This is season 3 content, so a little bit of challenges kind of like expected. So the best damage, if I recall correctly, that I did with team was in the current form was 90, I think it was 91 million. So I'm curious how far I get this time. You know, it depends on the RNG of how you land the Witch's Remains, how you land with the Chris. Like, for example, now at the end I just did not land the Witch's Remains, and obviously that's gonna show on the damage, but still I'm at 85, almost 86 million damage. Okay, that's insane numbers. That's insane numbers considering I don't have alliance bonuses, because you can see over here is just the goal. That's it. Don't have alliance bonuses. I do not have a full affinity solvent. Like, let me just show you. I'm gonna rerun this later. But if you look at the bonuses that I have, that's it. I just have the 5-man synergy, and that's about it. No extra crit damage, no extra attack, no nothing. It just obviously these ones from over here. So imagine if I had this full, like I had somebody do, I think it was exactly the same team, he did like 120 million. So this is just crazy. But let me show you the presets like I said. So basically I have Zorak first at 12, then Bledin 12.5, then Sheena at 13, and then 20, 20, 20. My Fruit Boss, I just let him go full YOLO. Whenever he lands his attack penalty, he lands it, and then he heals, and then Gerthin again, full YOLO. So nothing too special. Now, if you have a look at the builds, let's go over to them, and let's start, I guess, with Zorak. So Zorak, I went with as much enlightenment as I could, and then with the Harpy's Nail, because this one boosts his passive, okay? He does derivative damage with this one, so you want to give him as much enlightenment as you can because this is the focus of his damage. And basically the Harpy's Nail boosts the damage on that one. If you don't have Harpy's Nail leveled up, you can use the Eyeball or you can use the Violink, whichever ones. Like, these are the three best ones that I can think of from the epic ones. I don't have many legendary ones that would be useful in here, so I'm just gonna give epic examples. And then I do have him in the set that gives him the, you know, damage, derivative damage dealt by the wearer is increased by 20%, so that helps, but it's not perfect. Like, I still want a legendary piece of gear over here. I want attack with enlightenment, you know, there's still more. I do have this this mythic piece of gear that gives me attack percent, a little bit of enlightenment, and you also do more damage against target with defense penalties, so this definitely helped out to ramp up his damage. Then next one, Sheena. She's a full damage build, crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent. I have this artifact because I have it maxed out, okay? It's Ozul's exclusive artifact, so the only thing that this one gives me is attack and crit rate. That's it. This one doesn't benefit me at all because it's specific to Ozul. However, I just gave her the stats so she can do damage, and then she's in the, what's it called, the Aerial Battle Roar. Honestly, there's not too many good sets this season. I feel like the best one's this one, the Emperor's Glove. Like, if you have attack penalty out there, or obviously the derivative one if you do derivative damage and basic attack. But for just raw damage dealers, I guess this one's the best one, but it's not too good. Like, you know, crit damage convert into attack, meh, is not the best. You want some ignore defense, you want some other quirky stuff in there. But yeah, she's in that set, and then this is just there, like, it's a mythic piece, doesn't help me with anything, just helps me that has attack percent, crit rate, and some crit damage. That's Sheena. Then the next one that I have in the team is Gerthen. She's the full damage one. I have her at 67% crit rate. You want her to be at 80% because of her skills. The way that she does it is like on the battle skill gets crit rate bonus, and then from the passive crit damage. So because she's gonna be doing the what's it called, the battle skill almost all the time, you're always gonna have the extra crit rate bonus. So if you can get 80 on her, that's good, and then just go as much crit damage as you can. And again, she, this time around, because again, I don't have the best builds yet, I still need to farm 8 ton of Venom. She's in the Rhapsody set, that gives me more attack speed. The wearer's basic attack ignores defense. This is useless for her, okay? Because she almost never does basic attacks because of the way that Ice Blast works. She's either doing ultimate or battle skill, okay? But again, because I don't have good enough pieces of gear in anything else, I just did this because this is what completed the set, and it is what it is. Maybe I shouldn't even care. Maybe I should just swap this for something that gives me attack with crit rate and crit damage, and then just steal this one, because again, honestly, she never does basic attacks, so it doesn't help. Maybe that should be the test that I should do. Let me just straight up swap this now so I don't forget, get the this one better, and then I'm gonna finish it afterwards. The next one over there is gonna be Fruit Bath. I gave him the accuracy to land his debuffs and then as much defense as I could. I did give him the Puppeteer set because this one, basically he gives 15% of his defense to everybody around him. So if you can get this one's gonna help. If not, if you can get Ancestral Protection, this one's gonna help. Basically stuff to give survivability to everybody else around him. Then I did give him the Horn to basically give a little bit more damage with this one. So basically 15% more damage to everybody around him. But if you don't have this one, you don't have to use this one. If you don't have the Horn, my suggestion is use the Crown and alternate this one with the Witch's Remains if you have Witch's Remains as well. So you pretty much are gonna have defense penalty on all the fight, either the smaller version or the bigger version. And the best thing that I suggest is if you have this one on him, 100% use it. Even if it's the worst one, okay? Even if it's even if it's HP percent, flat HP, whatever. If you can get Mona Lisa's Blessing mythic piece of gear, you wanna use it because there's a 50% chance the wearer grants 50% increased healing. Because he heals 6 times on his battle skill, that's gonna be huge for Fruit Bath. It's gonna be the best one for him. But apart from that, it's like accuracy over here, defense over here. Like I said, just focus the right stats. And then I think the last one is Bledden. I have him in the Witch's Remains, okay? He's not the best. I don't have the best skill, just enough accuracy to land his debuffs. You need around 270, but I have the 50 from the Elemental Affinity. Then as much as, you know, attack, crit rate, crit damage as I could get. And you know what? Because I had this attack percent chance, I kind of built him in this this set as well in Clean Bloodline to give him some enlightenment, because you know what? When Zorak uses his ultimate, everybody else gains his passive, which is damage based off of enlightenment. So I'm not sure yet, but I think this one helps. So I said, you know what, let me just complete that set. And I did give him this attack percent chest because, again, if I can do a little bit more damage against targets with defense penalty, why not? Do it and try and take advantage of it as much as I can. But this is gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. I think if you have any, if you have anything else that you want to see in this team, just leave it on the channel. Any other team from the Chaos Shadows, leave it in the comments below. The next one that I think I'm gonna release tomorrow or the day after tomorrow is gonna be showing my Dauntless team, because this one again is another one that's pretty easy and most people should be able to get 22 million. But anyway, thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.